So I'm just going to show you this very simple little tangle that looks like under the water plants. So it kind of starts just with these little U shapes. You just do little U's like that. And then you come in, and so say I've got my tangle square there. So I would come in and I would draw around and then come down like a tube. And then this one, I'm going to do the same. So I'm going to come around and down. And then this one's the same. And then the ones at the back, I'm going to come around and then down. And that one might be a bit more thin. Oops, and I can come right down with that one. Behind. That one might come down. The skinny one. And then I could have one that's coming outwards. So I could have one that's coming from behind. So I'll just show a tube that's kind of going out. And then it might come out. And then I'll just do my little, and then I'll do my C shape in there. And then when you shade these, you're going to shade in the U to make it look like it's a hollow tube. So you would actually shade in this bit to create what looks like a little hollow. I'll just bring my turtle on in and just shade in there. And then it kind of looks like you can, drop something in there, drop your pennies in. So I kind of just thought that this was an interesting thing to have under the water, and it is called Zenemone, Zenemone, Zenemone. Yeah, so that's just a bit different. And I think the other tangle that I've got is just circles, so I don't need to really share that because it's just basically drawn a circle and then just aura the circle like this. And if you just draw a lot of them around, they kind of can join up. So a bit like I've just scribbled one with a pen, but it kind of joins up and creates an interesting. So that's just something that we could just do just to practice our lines and our circles and trying to get us to get all our shapes today to get us back into the way of it. Because it's so noisy, I'm going to just go and sit in the other room. I have got my amethyst and my quartz today, so both very good for healing. So if you've got any aches or pains, they are perfect for dealing with aches and pains. I'm going to just get settled because it's so noisy in there with the rain falling. So let's just get ourselves nicely settled. And we're just going to do a breathing meditation today. And as always, we're going to get started, we're going to get comfortable, settled in your seat. Just feeling the back of your chair, supporting you, and you're making a connection with your bottom in the seat. Your back against the chair, your feet flat on the floor if you can, legs not crossed. And just making that connection with those points of your body, getting more relaxed and comfortable. Just letting your shoulders drop. and your arms can just rest loosely in your lap. And just close your eyes if it's comfortable for you to do so. And we're just going to begin to settle and bring your awareness to where you are right now in this moment. And we're just going to bring our attention to the breath. So bringing in a long, slow breath inwards. And as you let go of that breath, feel the tension in your body as it begins to loosen. And as you exhale, you can let go of any stress that you are holding within. And just give yourself permission to sink into a state of calm and peacefulness. And as you take another deep breath in and let it go, just dropping into relaxation, feeling your shoulders drop, your cheeks soften, and you are starting to feel more and more relaxed. And just bringing your breath to its normal rhythm, your own natural rhythm. Just breathing in and breathing out. And your only focus is on your breath. And you can imagine your chest is loosening and expanding, opening up a pathway for your breath, allowing it to flow freely in and out, moment by moment. And you are here in this moment, just breathing. There is only this present moment. This is where inner peace is found. Allow yourself to simply be in this moment without needing to change or control your experience. You can focus on your breath and find a sense of inner peace. Breathing in calmly and breathing out any tension. Just gradually allowing your breath to become slow and relaxed. And now we're going to focus fully on your breath. Just bringing your awareness closer to breathing. Just letting it stay natural. All you are doing is bringing your attention, a curiosity to your breath. See if you notice the pattern of your breathing, the rhythm of your breath. And just to help you stay with your breathing and really focus, we're going to use the counting method. So just as you're breathing in and breathing out, you can silently count 1. And then you can breathe in and breathe out and silently count 2. And you are going to do that up to 10. And then come back to 1 again. So all you are doing is marking something that has happened. Marking each breath with a number. Just keeping the counting light and soft. And if you find that you lose track of the counting because you might just drift off, that's absolutely fine. You can just notice that it's happened. Notice that your connection with your breathing has momentarily been lost. And just steer your focus back into the body, back onto your breathing. And you can just start counting again. Breathing in, breathing out, counting 1. Breathing in and breathing out, counting 2. And you may lose track and drift off, but that is absolutely fine. That is just a moment of awareness. And you can just quickly steer your mind back into the body, back to your breath, gathering awareness of your breathing so that you can be in this present moment. And now you can just let go of the counting and just feel the breath in your body. Feel your body totally relaxed, just sitting in this moment, feeling the energy in your body, feeling life in your body, just letting yourself be fully in this moment without needing to do anything, be anywhere, or be anyone. Just sitting where you are right now, appreciating the effort that you have made to be in this moment. And we're just going to enjoy this space and enjoy this moment, just sitting in the stillness, staying in this beautiful space for a little while longer. And as we slowly just bring our awareness back to where we are now, as the meditation comes to an end, we're just going to keep our eyes closed. And you can make a note to yourself of anything you noticed during the meditation. And just take a moment to notice how you are feeling. Your body, your mind, your spirit. And if you like, you can offer gratitude for this time that you have taken for yourself to be quiet, to breathe, and to bring yourself back into balance. And we're just going to slowly come back into the room, becoming aware of your body in the chair, opening your eyes, slowly taking in the light around you, just giving yourself a moment to just sit with the effects of this time of stillness, to just be. And whenever you're ready, you can maybe move around, have a bit of a stretch, tap your feet, have a wiggle, definitely have a drink. Right, so I'm going to start with my square, and I am just going to grab my pencil. I am going to do a border today, so I'm going to put my 4 dots in the corner, and then I'm going to just join those lightly up. I'm just going to come around, and I was sharing some tangles that I kind of thought would look good as an under the sea tangle. So I am going to start with, I haven't got a decent pen to my name here, but I'm going to start with the first kind of thing that I think it's this one here. It's called Zenemone. And it's like little tubes that you would get maybe in coral and stuff under the sea. And I'm going to just start with that down the bottom corner. And it starts with a little kind of U shape or a C shape. So it doesn't really matter whether you do a U or a C. So you can kind of just do these little shapes, and then you kind of stagger the next one like that. And then you draw around, so you kind of aura the little shape and kind of come down and make a little sort of tube shape like that. So we'll do the same, we'll go around. And you can make them thin, fat, whatever way it kind of works for you. Just they can all be different. One's kind of going to go off and come back in. And then these ones at the back. They're going to come down. And this one here. And this skinny one. And then I'm going to do some that are just going to kind of, like you get in the wild, there's going to be some that are going to kind of come out from the side. I'm going to just draw the legs in of this one. You kind of do it a little bit back to front because I'm going to come out and draw the shape, and then I'm going to do my little C shape. One coming out the side. And then I might have one that actually is a bit droopy. And just do a couple more. And actually just do one that's on its side. See how that works. Challenge myself. And just work out if you would see any of them behind as you come down. You know, how far do you want it to go? Just have some drawn in the background. They don't all have to go somewhere. You know, you can just have them as if they're tucked behind, which is absolutely fine. It's just an unusual little kind of tangle, and I just thought I was trying to get us so that we were doing all our curves and shapes today to get us back into the way of things, basically. So I might just do another little one over here. I'm just going to turn my fan on its side and just do a little, squeeze a little one in. Spinning in. Just want to look at some of the tangles. So the other one that I talked about was a spirally one, and I kind of thought it might look like what could be on the seabed. So like when you see seabed when the water's been swirling around. And we just start with a few little circles. And then we're going to just aura each of these. So this is going to take some patience and some focus. So we're just going to aura each of our circles. And I might just have a little half circle over here just to mix it up a bit. Maybe here as well. Don't know how that'll work, but let's just see what happens. And then I'm just going to aura this. So you're going to go to each circle and add an aura. So a bit like when we do why is that tangle just gone completely out of my head? The little bug tangle. I'll remember it in a minute. I had it and then it just flitted away from my mind. And it's different than Pratom because you're actually really focusing on adding circles around. And you're waiting basically until they start to bump into each other. And then when they bump into each other, the aura will actually then go around all of your circles rather than you individually drawing auras. So like as I come to this one, I'm going to have to start doing an aura that goes around those two. Let me just do these ones and then I'll start doing a larger aura. Crescent moon, that's the one I was thinking of. So now I'm going to just, in this little space, I can do an aura. So I could come around. I can still kind of come around there anyway, can't I? I'd have to come around and then go around and then down. And then I can kind of bring this one up. And then I'll have to stop because they're touching. So on this side, I'll come and just aura the shape and I'll go to there. And then I'm going to come here and I'm going to aura this shape. And then I'm just going to build on that. I'm going to just come up here and aura. And because that's quite I could actually make a feature of this little bit. I'm going to just do a line and bring myself back out. So I'm kind of creating like a little maze shape. So I can maybe do some coloring of that to just make it a bit more interesting. And then I'll come around and then I'll go down. And I'll just do one more aura of the whole thing. So I'm going to come up from behind here, come along, come around. And down and just bump in. And then I'm just going to do a little aura. So I'm going to just do a little broken line. I'm just going to do a little aura inside and just do a little bit of color in there. And the same on this little triangle here. I'm just going to add a little bit of color. I should just color that bit in. Just going to color that in. And the reason why I'm just going to color it in is to just give some contrast, as always looking for contrast. So I'm just come out to the I can, no, I'll leave it. So I'm just given that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to leave that as it is. And just on the outer line here, I'm going to just fill it in. I'm going over mine. So I'm just going to make a kind of break. So just coming around. And this little tangle is called Sez, S-E-Z. I'm just going to, there. Yeah, I think that's probably okay. So it's just bringing in that black and colouring in is really just, as I say, to add a little bit of contrast because at the moment on my tile, everything is kind of just quite a bit of white space. And although I'll be shading in our little Zenemone here, I'm just kind of, thinking, okay, so what can I do to add a little bit more interest? And adding color is one way of adding a little bit of interest. So having done that, I'm going to just do some little, I've done quite a few variations with fescue today, which is what I was talking about at the start of the session. So I'm going to have some little fescues coming out now, and they're going to be different to how we normally draw them. So I'm just going to come in and have a little fescue with a slightly larger head than I would normally do. And I'm just going to color it and leave a little bit of a highlight. And I'll come with another one and do the same. I'm just going to leave a little glint. Last little one has just gone off the edge there a little bit. So I'm just kind of thinking of the frame of the tile, and basically bringing in tangles and thinking of just creating that frame. So we use the fescue to come up and sort of frame this side of my tile. And so on this side, I'm going to do a little bit more of the circular. So I'm going to just kind of have it on the two diagonals. So I'm going to pop some little circles again. And an odd number. And I'm going to start going around. And just focus on the mark that you're making on your tile at this moment. And remember to breathe. Knock this one out. So we're getting more evens. And then I do a last circle here. And then I'm going to just start So on this bit here, I can just kind of go to create an aura around, just aura in that space. And the same on this little space here. I can just do a little triangle aura. And then here I'm going to come around. And then we'll bump and then come around. And I'm just going to aura the whole unit now as one. And come along, up, around, up, and right. And I'll just come in and do that again. And I'm just going to do it one more time. It's because it's a very tight space to fill now. Okay. And I'm just going to do a little triangle in that center bit there, about in. Just got a little bit where it's got a space, and then I'm going to do the same again, and I'm just going to come around the outside and just color that in, just to create like a boundary. And I'm just going to come around and draw in my border. I'm going to use a thick pen, and I'm just going to come along and just draw in that border. And then I'm just going to do a little just creating a little bit of interest on the frame. And then the last thing, because I know I said it was going to be an underwater scene. I'm not so sure that it looks very underwater, but um, I just want to put in a little bit of a um, grid just to well, I'm just thinking I'm going to put a little bit of a grid in just to have it look like a bit of a net. So just I'm going to just come in with my pencil first and just have draw in the grid. And I'm just making it a big grid. It's not a small, it's not a tiny grid. It's quite reasonable size. So let me go through there. And I'm just gonna ignore behind these for a minute. I say that for now. So I'm going to just come in with my pen. That was my number 3, and just go over where I'm just going to come down. And this is something I said that we were going to try and practice. Let me just see if I was going to put a grid in here, it'd probably be about there. So you're not seeing anything there, maybe just about there you might see something. And to be fair, at the bottom, I don't think you're going to see anything. And in terms of lines coming down, you're not going to see anything. So I'm going to just leave that as it is because it's kind of closed little corner there. And all I'm going to do is just, and this is kind of the reason why I've added this, I just think it's kind of fishing netty. I'm going to just do our usual little lines, top and bottom. And the thing with Fescu, it is such a fine tangle that you can kind of, draw over the stem without it being because I know usually we're like, oh, don't be drawing over anything and all that and stopping. But with Fescu, it's such a fine little tangle. It's not going to be too much in the way here as I tangle this. Fescu's very forgiving, basically, is what I'm saying. Maybe one. One there, and one's coming down, so probably a little bit sticking out there. Okay, so just breaks it up, adds a little bit more interest. And now we're going to do our shading. So with our little Zenemones, we're going to add some pencil. Oops, it just went right off, way off piece there. In the little U shape or the C, you're going to just add some pencil because we're going to create a little sort of tunnel or tube. So we're going to basically use our tortillon and fill that out. So just in that little space. Just lightly. Build it up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding shade where things are touching. So, for example, this little tube here is going to be casting a shadow on the bit that's behind. So I'm going to just darken down the one behind. And the same here. This one's going to have a little bit of a pencil here. Just so where they touch, I just want you to add some pencil because basically we want the ones in the foreground to be the lightest, and then as they go behind they'll get a little bit darker. So let's just add some pencil to highlight that fact. And as I always say in Zentangle, it's not about shade, it's about contrast. They don't say shade. They always, I know, well, it is a type of shading, but the true Zentangle is just about getting a contrast. And then, hold on, just. I'm just going to come back in and just put a little bit of a darker pencil on that face bit. Just come in and just darken down with the base. And then just blend that out. Just so we're just getting a bit more pencil down. Getting just more of a tone. Just to show that that's, you know, there's depth there. And I'm just going to shade behind down here because I feel that that's going to be one of the darker places. And then just come in and just shade down behind there. Just again, just to give some depth. And then in here, these little spaces, I'm just going to come in with my pencil and just darken down. And then just smooth it out. And at the very bottom here, this is going to be the darkest part. This is just going on the border. So I would actually come along and do a line of pencil down this bottom bit, all the way along. And then I'm just going to get lighter. Still coloring it in, but just get lighter as I go up. Just to show that there is, you know, again, that word that I'm going to use lots today, contrast. And then I'm just going to come in behind. And then under here. And I'm just softening it down because it's a bit liney there. I'm just kind of softening it. There we are. So that's my little tubes. And then on my circles, I will try and get some shade, just I see there's me saying shade, contrast. I'll come around in that C shape. Just come around in the C shape. So that you're leaving some of it white and some of it is coloured in. And I'm just going to add a bit more colour down the bottom. in that corner. And just along the side here. And then I'm going to come up to the top as well, and I'm going to do the same. I'll just come around. And I just need to make sure that I'm leaving some white space. And I'll just come in that little bit there and just darken that down a little bit. Again, just along this edge, I'm just going to add a little bit of white, I'll say. And then on the other side, I'm just going to very lightly just add a little bit of tone. Just very lightly. Okay, I'm just going to hold it a bit further away to see. Because as always, it's when you hold it further away that you get the actual impact. And then I'm going to come around the edge of my, and I know I've got that black line already, but I'm just going to come along the edge of this to kind of give it a layering effect. So I'm going to just try and push it so that the net's behind. So I'm just going to blend out in here. and then blend out from here. And this is just to give me some depth. And then I'm just going to go along the top. And do the same, just blend. I'm just going to turtle on. That's just a second. That's better. Stripping of that and turtle on. Right. And then I'm just going to darken the centers of my little, I'll do a little, just kind of pull it out a little bit from the center. Just blend on that a little bit here because I think it just looks a little bit liney. Just using my turtle on to just take that out a little bit. In here. Just soften it a little bit. Right. So happy with that, I think. I'm just going to leave my fescue. So now it's really nice because I feel that the little tubes have got lovely little reflections because they're the white thing. You know, there's white just popping off those, and also there's white just popping off my Sez, so which I like as well. Just that effect of the little bit of white that you leave is just popping, and I've got my little reflections on my fescues there, so I'm happy with that. I'm gonna just pop my little initials in there somewhere. So let's just find a little spot. I think probably over here. Just put a little PB in the corner. So if you want to do the same. And it's funny how just doing that little additional frame on the outside with the little dots, it's just a little bit of character. I think I like that, how that's turned out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn it over, and today's date is the 5th of September. So I'll just use my thickest pen. So I'm going to just pop my name on and put that it says Entangle session. And it's the 5th of September, 2024. And we have used, let me just get the name of that one. The little tubes are called Zenemone, Zenemone. And then we had some fescue. And then we had, oh yeah, the things that look a bit like Pertomp are called Sez. And then I always forget this one So I never know if it's Chillon or what's the other one? Is it Chillon? Let me just check. I think it's Chillon. I'm going to say Chillon anyway. That's what I was drawn. So there's about three that all look very similar. Yeah, so I'll leave that up there for a second so that you can see those names.